All right, so tell me what it is that has brought you here. What's been going on?
Well, for a long time, I just haven't been feeling good, and a couple of years ago, I don't really know exactly what happened, but I feel like I have all this, like, I'm nervous all the time, like I can't sit still, and I feel worried. It's like I walk around waiting, like I'm expecting the shoe to drop, and I'm just waiting for, and it's just like I just feel anxious all the time, and it's not even something I don't know what it is or what I'm waiting, what I'm anxious about, but it's just like I feel jittery, and I feel, sometimes I have trouble going to sleep at night because I just can't seem to settle down, and
So, jittery and not able to fall asleep. Once you get to sleep, are you able to stay asleep, or are you waking up?
Oftentimes I wake up, and then I have, and then it's like I start thinking about things, and I have a hard time going back to sleep. So I'm tired all the time.
So you're thinking about things like just really fast racing thoughts kind of thing, or how would you describe it?
I don't know that it's racing as much as it is. It's just like all the things I'm kind of worried about kind of are there. And so if I'm at night when it's quiet and, there's nobody else around, then it's just like those thoughts are there, and then I can't seem to get rid of them.
Okay. And what kind of things are you worried about?
Well, it's like my job is new, so, it's like that's been stressful to start a new job. And so then I'm kind of worried about, like, well, am I doing it well enough? Is it,
Okay.
And it's not like I've done anything wrong, but it's just like I like get into this, like I can't even get out of this rut about, like,
just worrying
and and it's like it bothers me through the day. It's like even during the day sometimes it's like I'll be at work doing the things I'm supposed to do, and then it's like I'm like, well, maybe I should have done that different, and I'm sometimes want to go back and just get that piece of paper that I just finished and think maybe I should pull it back and do something different.
Okay, so you're worried about the quality of your work and missing something, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, how long have you been at this job?
Well, I started that job, it's been about 5 months ago now.
5 months, okay.
I got laid off from my other job about 9 months ago.
Okay.
And so I had, there was a period of time where I was on unemployment, and I was looking for work, so that was stressful. Then I'm worried about how am I going to pay my bills, and
So, but this anxiety and this worrying that you're describing has been going on for a couple of years. So even before you started this new job.
It's just like it's worse now.
It's worse now. Okay.
Yeah.
And was there anything that happened around the time, like a couple years ago, that this started that you can put your finger on?
Not huge. It was just like good friends of mine moved away who, that I was really close to, I spent a lot of time with. And that was a good move for them, and we still stay in touch, but it's like, she and I used to get together and go for coffee 3 or 4 times a week, and, she's gone.
Okay.
We still talk, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Kind of,
yeah. And do you have other friends that you get together with that kind of frequency or that closeness?
I have other friends for sure, but it's not, she and I kind of grew up together, like diapers to diploma, kind of thing.
Okay.
And we just, we've always, it's almost like we knew each other so well we could finish sentences for each other. That kind of.
Okay, so she was kind of special to you.
She was special.
All right.
And we had this, growing up, we had that same kind of bond through school, and as we became adults and went off and did our lives, and we just always were there. And so I think that was hard.
Okay.
When she moved away, and maybe I just relied on her too much or something. I don't know.
But you say you do have other friends.
I do have other friends, and I see them. It's like my friend Pat, who told me, like, she told me she's worried about me because I just am not myself, and I was like, you know,
Yeah.
so much more anxious all the
Just-
time,
okay.
and even when she and I get together, and
Okay,
or her kids and I try to do something, it's just like I feel like,
okay. Yeah, and has anything like this ever happened to you before, Jane? Have you had periods in your life when you've been anxious or overly worried?
you know, I think you know, when my mom got sick
Okay.
and was dying, and that was like, you know,
Mm.
like 9 years ago or so.
Okay.
That was a really, you know, that was a really hard time, and that was a pretty anxious time.
Okay.
But other than that,
And your mom now,
she passed
she
away.
passed away then?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long would you say that period of anxiety lasted?
Well, there was about a 3.5 week period from the time that we found out that she was sick to the time she died.
Mm.
And then afterwards, it was like trying to take care of her estate and take care of her things, and
Well,
that
that-
was a couple years
yeah.
before that was settled, and
Okay, that must have been a
and
hard
it seems
time,
like,
yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry
yeah,
about that. That's so. But that was a period of time where you were also anxious,
right,
worried,
Worried,
like this.
yep.
Okay, and it lasted a couple of years.
yeah.
Okay. Were you really close to your mom?
Yeah, she and I were pretty close. I'm the oldest of the, you know, of my siblings, and she and I
Okay.
did a lot together.
Okay. How many siblings do you have?
2.
Okay.
I have a brother and a sister that are
Uh-huh.
2 and 4 years younger than I am.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But they have, you know, my brother drives truck. He's gone over the
Okay.
road, so he's not home a lot. My sister's a single mom with
Okay.
like 5 kids, so, you
Okay.
know, so Mom and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have kids, and it was a little easier for me to be around to help
Okay.
her out, and
Yeah, okay. So you kind of were the most
most available.
most
and,
available and
Yeah.
taking most responsibility for everything then?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how about your relationship with your brother and your sister? What are those relationships like? Are they supportive? Are they stressful? Or what would you
They're
say?
not. I would say they're supportive. We just don't spend a lot of time together.
Okay.
But if one of us needs something,
Okay.
then we're there.
Okay.
And you know, we have plans around the holidays, or
Okay.
yeah,
And are they local?
yeah,
Okay. Good. All
yeah.
right.
They live in like Duluth, Superior area.
Okay. All right. So just to repeat, just see if I got a clear picture of it.
Mhm.
The anxiety that you're feeling. You're kind of jittery even during the day.
Yeah,
Maybe worried about the quality of your work, kind of going back to checking things over.
yeah,
And at bedtime, it feels like that it's kind of a heightened time where you
Yeah.
might not be able to
like
sleep.
I can't relax.
Can't relax. Okay.
Like, you know, I just feel like, ugh.
Okay.
You know, like if you're crunched up, that kind of.
Okay, so you're feeling crunched up and
Yeah.
that. Okay. And have you tried anything to this point in time to alleviate that at all?
Well, sometimes I'll try to read
Okay.
before I go to bed
Okay.
to try to just take my mind off,
Mm-hmm.
you know, work or home stuff, or, you know, whatever.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and sometimes that works, but
Okay. All right.
not very much.
Okay.
And I've done things like try to take a warm bath before going to bed,
Okay.
just to kind of get in the water and see if I can just relax.
Just try to
and-
relax a little
yeah.
bit. Okay. All right. So you've tried some things with some mixed results.
Yeah.
A little bit of help, but
Sometimes
not always.
not always.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.